Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. It is the holiday season. It is Friday, December 17th, and I hope you guys are having a great day today. We have a great show lined up for you guys today. I just want to say what a pleasure it is that you guys actually tune in, watch the show, and I really do appreciate it. And every show we dedicate to the first responders. We dedicate them, folks. That's right. The firemen, the policemen, the doctors, the lawyers, not the lawyers. I'm sorry. What am I? I'm all confused already. See what happens when I get interrupted? I'm sorry. And we're going to do, the farmers and the teachers. Thank you guys so much, man. Hey, now I want you guys to all check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. And to book the show, give us a call at 847-769-8609, folks. That's right. Now, remember, every show is brought to you by Eco Solar Solutions, where you always save more energy. And when you save more energy, you save more money. That's right. Call Paul Caesar at 630-345-2964. And don't forget, folks, you can see us on Twitter right there. Follow us on Twitter right there at the bottom of the screen, folks. Also, go to YouTube and subscribe to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, and the Tony Ocean Show. Let's think of another quick sponsor, Trico Hair Experts. They're right out of Rosemont, Illinois, folks. Carmela and Anthony do an incredible job. They're local mom and pop establishments, which we need to support. So go check them out at Trico Hair Experts, recreating great hair days. Of course, Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. Folks, those hand-rolled cigars delivered right to your home. Perfect for gift giving. 727-366-7536. Absolutely. And we got an incredible show for you guys today. But before we do that, we also got a great guest down to do today, too. So we have a lot of good stuff, man. Today, we have the great Stephanie Lemon Bringer. So I'm excited about having Stephanie on, and she's going to talk about her band. This End Up, and of course playing with Nixa Hodges and the St. Jude's concert we did together where we raised over $20,000 for the kids. But before we go, let's start the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. And now, your host, Mr. Tony Ocean.
Thank you, Nelson. I appreciate that, guys. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Hell with the happy holidays. It's called Merry Christmas. That's what it's called. That's right, folks. 17th Friday. I want to thank everybody. We had a great show last night. Everybody that showed up at Capri and Willow Springs. Thank you guys so much with Ryan O'Ryan. And, of course, Wednesday we were at Tavern on the Point in Edison Park with the lovely Regina Carmel. What a great night that was. Thank you so much. Now, tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. That's an 8 o'clock hit with Ryan O'Ryan, folks. And don't forget now, Saturday, returning to Tavern on Division, me and Rhino and Tony Toto. We got the band there on Saturday night, folks. Almost be there till about 10:45. I have another show that starts at 11:30 for my good buddy Rob Wilson. So I'm excited doing that. And then Sunday, back at the Arcada Theater, Sinatra Sunday. This Sunday in St. Charles. We'll be back there 4 o'clock doing all the good stuff for Ron Onesti and Sinatra Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, before we bring up our guests, folks, another quick sponsor, folks. That's right, Deutsch Power Center out of Elgin, Illinois, servicing the diesel and construction industry for the last 100 years, man. Call Sal at 224-276-6550. Tell them Tony O sent you. I want to thank also, folks, people have been asking about the Florida tour. Now, here it is. The Windy City Boys, myself, and Greg Reaney will start in March 11th, 2022. We'll be at the Venice Community Center in Florida. Tickets will go on sale in January. 12th and 13th will be at Joey D's in Marco Island. And we have more dates to come up with the special Windy City tour, the Windy City Boys tour. Yours truly and Greg Reaney. I'm excited. We were there in 2020 and we sold out there in Florida. So we're going back very, very excited to get back to Florida, folks. Also, folks, don't forget the new Dean Martin book is out, For the Good Times. My good buddy Elliot Thorpe, ladies and gentlemen, who wrote the book. Actually, he's affiliated, and this is authorized by the Dean Martin family, folks. Elliot and his father, Bernard Thorpe, was the guy who ran the Dean Martin Society, fan club society out of England. So Elliot will be on the show here on January 22nd. We're going to get a chance to win one of these free autographed books. That's right. When you tune in on the 22nd of January, Elliot Thorpe. And he did an interview with me, and I thought maybe it was just going to be a little small, a little blurb. But if you go to the book, folks, and you go on page 48, it's the whole 2 pages. Whole 2 pages of my career, what I do with doing Dean Martin for all those years, and it's great. So For the Good Times, get a chance to win copies of this autographed book on the 22nd of December. It's going to be good, a lot of fun. All right. So, boy, I'm going to tell you, we have a lot of great stuff. I hope you're all ready for the holidays. I know it's all busy and people are going crazy trying to get everything done, trying to get together with the family, which that's what it's about, holidays, celebrating. All right, let's get to our guest, everybody. All right, here we go, pal. Everybody, let's see now. She's been in the business a long time, singing with her band for almost 18 years. This end up. She also has a duo trio group called Call Me Joe. We'll talk about that. She also works with our good pal Nick Sahajas, the piano man. Of course, St. Nick. We always love Nick. Credible voice, man. And I've met Stephanie a couple of times, and then we got the honor to play together with a whole bunch of different musicians and at the Des Plaines Theater for St. Jude's, where we raised over $20,000 for Jimmy Zito's St. Jude's benefit that Phyllis and Nick do every year. What a great turnout. It was a lot of fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, bringing to the show, let's get her on here, Stephanie Lemon Greinert. Hi, Stephanie. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much for being on the show, honey. I really do appreciate it.
Well,
I know you're a busy person.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. What's going on? Where are you at right now? You in Chicago? You out of town? Where are you at?
I am in where I live, which is in Lisle. So I'm just in my house, and I was trying to figure out what was going to be shown on this screen so I didn't have a mess showing in the background.
Yeah, I know.
You probably saw me scurrying. I'm like, get the groceries out of the way.
It looks fantastic. Now, all right, Stephanie, we'll talk about your music. Let's find out where Stephanie was born. Where you born, hon?
All right. So I was born in Champaign, and that's where I grew up until I went to high school there, went to the U of I, and just lived there up until I graduated and went off and worked with my first big girl job out of college. And it took me to Houston, Texas. And then I was there for a few years until I came back here to this area. So
Houston, Texas, that's beautiful. I've been in Texas a lot of times. Did you like Texas when you were there?
I loved it. It was a little bit humid in Houston, but I loved doing what I did there. It was a cool job with Michelin Tire Corporation, and I got to know all the Texas guys in the tire shops, and it was fun. So
there you go. So, Stephanie, you come from a big family?
I've got an older brother and an older sister, and so not like my immediate family is pretty small, not like a crazy 7 brother and sister type of a situation, but I'm the youngest of 3.
Very, very cool. Stephanie, now, obviously the voice that you have, do you play an instrument too or just sing?
You know what I do? I play the guitar. I don't do anything crazy on it, but I do maybe a quarter of the songs that I do with the trio. I play the guitar, but with the big band, with this end up, I usually don't bring a guitar. I just let the other guys do their thing. Yeah.
All right. So now you're growing up. Who were you influenced by? Was it a grandparents? Was mom? Was somebody you seen on TV? Who did you see and go, man, I want to do this?
Well, I guess that's kind of a 2-part question, but to start off, I grew up in a pretty musical family in terms of a long line of people on my mom's side. My mom is from Spain, and she was a professional singer and flamenco dancer in Spain. And so I grew up listening to her sing and listening to all her side of the family when I would go to Spain. And I just like to see that like European culture and the passion that they have for what they do, with whether it's their singing or their dancing. It just put that like embedded it like down deep in me. And I think that's where it stemmed from. People would come from all around to watch my mom sing. And hands down, no doubt, if she would have stayed in Spain, she would have been something big. But love took over, and my dad was stationed with the Navy there. He was born and raised in Champaign also, and he was in the Navy, and they met there and got married, and he brought her over here, and she didn't know anybody, had never been here, and that's kind of the story. So
Yeah.
that's who influenced me the most, was my mom.
Well, that's fantastic. See, my mother too came from Italy, so with my father from the army. Now she got here, doesn't know what was going on, and she's, that's the way it is when they come in from another country. But Spain, man, with all the culture out there and the food and the music and the atmosphere and the love and everything that they bring, it's got to be fantastic. So I can see where you got a lot of your talent from. So did you get a hard time when you started? Said, hey, I want to start doing this a little bit more, or maybe did you ever try to go full time with it?
You know what? I never did try to go full time. I was never like closed off to that, but I started singing in a band in college, and that just came about because I was going to sing a song for my sister's 21st birthday. And I had a friend of mine who had like some recording equipment, and I said, well, you know what, let me just record this song for her, and then she can always have it, and that will be my gift to her. I always loved singing, but I was just one of those people that would sit in front of my mirror with a hairbrush and like rock out to whatever songs. And
Sure.
so anyway, I played that song for a friend of mine. I was working at a bank at the time, and she said, wow, like, I really like this. I think this is really good. And a couple weeks later, she came to me with an ad from the newspaper. There was a band that was looking for a female singer, and I went and auditioned. And that's what started it. And then I took a break for a while when I started a family and had my kids, and just didn't get back into it until about 18 years ago, which is when I told you, and started back just few and far between. But now I'm super excited because my kids are 22 now, and I've got, time in the evenings and stuff. So a lot of times I'll play 4 times a week. Sometimes it's once a week, but it's way more than what I did before. And I welcome any chance I get to sing because it's such a passion of mine.
Yeah. And it's very important, music in general. Like I said, if you're out there doing what you're doing, and if you can take a chance to do it, you got to go and do it. You're very good at what you do, so people need to hear you, which is fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. My good friend Stephanie on from the band This End Up. It's time for a quick sponsor, everybody, please. Now, with the holidays going on, a couple things, the winter's coming. How about our friends from Airtight Windows? That's right. Doing it right with Airtight. 30 years in the business. You call my buddy Lou for a free estimate. 708-788-5000, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, also gift giving at its finest. Guys, if you don't know who to get somebody, what do I get to that person that has everything? SteakSyndicate.com. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. That's the truth. John Seriani, folks, puts these steaks, burgers, fish, chicken, all that stuff sent right to your home, just like you get at the regular restaurants that you go out and eat. Very simple. You go to SteakSyndicate.com. In the promo code, you put Tony Ocean. You get 25% off the membership fee and a free tomahawk steak, folks. Free tomahawk steak. That steak alone is worth the price. Me and my wife went out Tuesday at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. A tomahawk steak was $125 for the steak. So anyway, John Seriani, folks, that's right, SteakSyndicate.com. Put it up. All right, my good friend Stephanie on from This End Up. Call me Joe. That's very interesting. I like that. Stephanie, let me see something now. St. Jude's was a lot of fun, man. We raised a lot of money. It was a great cause. And How long now? What's this Call Me Joe about? It's a duo and a trio. Is that different music than when you play with This End Up?
It is. It's just more like more broken down acoustic type feel. And we do different songs because that's what's nice about having two different kind of set things that I do is that it allows me to shift gears, if you will, and not do the same thing over and over again. So
Sure.
yeah, so that's been great. And I love that because it's way more broken down and like the vocals are more out there than when you've got like, you know, the whole big rockin' band behind you. Don't get me wrong, I love both equally, but it's nice to have an option and do both.
Do that stuff. It's great. I like that. The Next Tuesday Band. What does that mean?
Okay, so funny story about that. That was what Call Me Joe used to be.
Okay.
And go figure, people would get so confused because they'd be like, oh, next Tuesday's playing next Wednesday, or, you know, and so it was too much confusion and people were getting like sidetracked by the name Tuesday in the name. So we just ixnayed the Next Tuesday name and we went with Call Me Joe. My middle name is Joe. It was after my mom, who is Josepha. So I'm just Stephanie Joe. And they wanted to use my name in the trio and Stephanie didn't really fit. So we just did Call Me Joe.
There you go. Very interesting name. And This Ends Up. This Ends Up. A very cool. Where did that come from?
So that name came about when we were all, so let me take a step back. I was initially part of a band called Second Opinion, and it was a group of all doctors. So it was kind of crazy. They just did that as a side thing. Yeah. I would always say there was like a neonatologist, there was a cardiologist, there were some family practice doctors in the group. And I would say on the microphone, hey, if you're going to have a heart attack or a baby, tonight's the night to do it. Because
tonight's the night to fall. Yeah.
We've got you covered.
That's
but
so cool.
We kind of split and some people did their own thing. And then I came together with some other musicians from the group and we were sitting around in a warehouse trying to come up with a name. And I looked up and I saw a box. We practiced in a warehouse and it said, the box said This End Up. And I said, hey, how about This End Up? And that's what stuck for the last, 15
It's a pretty cool name. I mean, it's a pretty cool name and people will not forget it. When they're coming to see This End Up, what kind of music would they expect to hear if they're coming to see your show?
So with This End Up, we do a wide variety of songs from rock, pop, dance. Our main goal with that band is just to keep people up and dancing and play feel-good songs that everybody can sing along to. So that's kind of the goal with that. With Call Me Joe, it's a little bit different. A lot of times we do some dance stuff, but it's more kind of sit back and listen type of stuff. Sure. So
do you have a favorite venue that you like to play when you play with This Ends Up?
With This End Up, I would have to say probably because of the stage and the fact that we don't have to bring our own PA because we've got 6 people in the band, would be Even Flow in Geneva.
Yeah, sure.
I love that stage. The sound guy there is amazing. Mike, who runs the show, who, runs Even Flow, just great people. And if I was to pick one place, I would say it would be that one.
I like that place. I remember Joe Scumaci, a friend of mine, used to book that room. And I remember that was a great place there.
I know Bobby Scumaci. I've done some recording.
Bobby Scumaci, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he does have a brother, so I wasn't sure if you were referencing him, but I've done some recording with Bobby in his studio. Such an amazing musician and a great guy. Like the best.
He's gonna be on our show in January. He is a great guy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool. We have another mutual friend, of course, Nick Sahajas, the piano man. You've done some shows with Nick. You can't find, the guy's just one of the best, him and his wife, Phyllis. I gave him the nickname Saint Nick because he's a saint. He's one of the guys that you need something. He's the first one there. You need a fundraiser or something. He's the first one to donate his time. Hey, I got a studio, come over. Hey, I got this. Hey, I got that. Such a sweet guy. How did you guys meet? And what's your kind of relationship when you guys work together?
So first of all, I just can't even say enough how fortunate and grateful I am that Nick and I crossed paths. And The reason we did was a mutual friend named Frank would come out and see this end up all the time, and he became a fan, and I became friends with Frank. And then Nick was doing one of his things in his basement where he invited all the musicians, and it was just kind of like, okay, whoever wants to jump in and do some songs and whatnot. So Frank said, you know what, you should come to this thing. It's a Sunday afternoon, and I wasn't doing anything, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna come. And some of those like major moments in your life that you kind of look back at and you're like, wow, that was such a pivotal moment, because the things that have come from that day have been like exponential with Nick. He's such an amazing guy. I love his wife, Phyllis, and he has kind of taken me under his wing and allowed me to be a part of his amazing shows and the fundraiser at St. Jude. And he's helped me make connections that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So I can't even say enough how grateful I am.
Yeah, it's great. You have some people here that are saying hello. Anthony Napolitano, a great drummer, says hello.
I love it.
Shows. Yeah. Anthony and me go back many, many, many years. Of course, we have Peppy, your mom. She wanted to say hello.
There you go.
There you go. You can't say that. That's great. Also, our good buddy, God, I'm trying to find the guy's name when he comes back up again. Actually, it keeps rotating, so we'll find
I
that.
know, we lose it.
Yeah, you got great. We got a lot of people. We got Santa Barbara, of course, California. We got our friends here from Michigan. We have St. Louis. We have New Jersey and Florida. My good buddy, of course, Rick Sorcy. Of course,
Hi,
the
Rick.
Cave Dwellers, of course, great guy. I know he says hello too. So it's very cool, man. It's nice to have Stephanie on the show. Stephanie, I'm going to tell you two more things, I know because you got to go. You're busy doing your thing. March 14th, 2020, COVID-19 hits. What was the first thing you thought, number one, for your family, and second, about the business? No more work. You can't go out. The bands are playing. What was the first thing that went through your mind?
So first of all, March 14th was my birthday. So happy birthday to me with all these.
Happy birthday to you.
Well, gosh, yeah, it was there. It was just kind of the fear of the unknown, like not knowing what was gonna come about, and all just unknowing, like what's going to happen, or we don't want to get sick, and then of course with all the bars and all the venues closing down, that was like we all took a major hit as musicians, and that was difficult for all of us. And I did some live stream shows, and that was way out of my comfort zone, but I did it anyway because there were so many people contacting me. They're like, we miss you. We miss your voice. You should really do a live stream. And so I did a few of those, but I actually can't even believe this past year how much it all kind of came back with a vengeance, which for us was great as musicians. And I've had more gigs this past year than I've ever had. So good things came of it, but we're still in a situation where we all have to be just super careful, and it sucks. And but you just go with the flow. You go with the flow.
Go with the flow. And again, it depends on who you ask. I mean, 50% think it's real, the other 50 don't. So it's like you're like this,
I never cocooned myself. I'm one of those people that it is what it is. You can't live under a rock. You can't hide yourself from people. And
bingo. You can't be afraid. You got to live your life. You got to do what you're doing. Now it seems like things are going around again, which is good for everybody. Not only because everybody needs music. You notice, Stephanie, too, if somebody gets married, there's always a song. If somebody gets divorced, there's always a song. If somebody gets a new house, there's some moments that come into your life. There's always going to be music, good and bad. So we really do need the music. I'm going to throw a couple singers at you. I want you to give me your opinion on them. Okay, Steph?
Okay.
Let's go number 4. Let's go number 4, Pat Benatar.
She's one of my favorites to cover. So I love Pat Benatar. I love her voice. I've got a handful of songs that I do of Pat Benatar's, and one of my favorites right up there, Rockin' Chick.
Yeah, you know what? And she was an opera singer. And of course, with her husband, Neil Giraldo, they get along incredible, and they're doing a great job putting that whole package together. She's got an incredible voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go old school with Janis Joplin.
Okay, so I sang last night, and that's one of the songs that a lot of people come to me and they're like, if it's not on your set list, you got to do it. Bobby McGee,
Yeah.
one of my songs that again people request all the time. So I'm a Janis Joplin fan. Piece of My Heart, I like that one too.
It makes you wonder if she was still alive. She died at such an early age. What she have done these days with their music, with that voice of hers. You know, I mean, that's obviously we'll never know, but she did left such an impact in the music business.
For
All right,
sure.
let's go to one of your favorites, I think, Stevie Nicks.
I do love Stevie Nicks. That's one of the songs that I chose for the St. Jude fundraiser. It wasn't my initial song, but I'm so glad that I changed gears and went with that. I did Edge of 17. I know you were there and you saw that one.
Sure.
I love any of her songs. Stevie Nicks is one of my favorites too. Pat Benatar, Stevie Nicks. I like Pink. I love Adele. Yeah, all of those
stuff. Stevie Nicks, another character that, you know, she seems so mysterious in her personal life and everything she does, but when she comes out with these great songs, I mean, she's huge. Of course, solo and of course with Fleetwood Mac, it makes a big difference. So both of the songs combined. Yeah.
I saw her in concert. It was great. It was great. Yeah.
Do you like her solo stuff better, or did you like her when she played with Fleetwood Mac?
I kind of like the Fleetwood Mac stuff better. Yeah. If I was to choose, but I think she does. When I saw her, it was Stevie Nicks, not Fleetwood Mac, but she did all of her stuff like Rhiannon and all of that, you know.
So she still did the Fleetwood Mac song.
Yeah.
By herself. Now let's go last but not least. How about Ann Wilson?
Okay, so that's another person that I like to cover. I would say she does my favorite song of all times to do, which is Alone by Heart. And another person with just amazing vocals that you just sometimes are like, wow, you know, you listen to it and it just knocks your socks off, you know?
It was fantastic. And back in the 80s or close to the 90s when the MTV came out and she started putting on some weight and they were showing less and less of her body, just more of her face. And then she had a big fight with the record company because the record company says you got to lose weight or you're gonna drop the deal, and Hart was gonna lose everything. And that's when that MTV, a lot of times when MTV came out, yes, it helped a lot of bands, but it also killed a lot of bands too, because if you didn't have that look, right? Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Stephanie, when are you playing next? If they want to book you, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, let's see. They can go on to callmejoeband.com for the duo or the trio, or for This End Up. If you just Google This End Up Band, it's the website is teuband.com. But if you Google This End Up Band, it'll come up. But I'm playing tonight at Craples in Worth with Ken Modaf, the piano player that I play with. We're just playing as a duo. And then if people are out there and they don't have New Year's Eve plans and they're in the Aurora area, we're playing at Ballydoyle in Aurora for New Year's Eve with my big band, This End Up. And the schedules are all on the websites. And I would love to have some new people come out maybe that haven't seen our show before.
That's fantastic. Is there any, you guys, last question, you guys going to write any of your own stuff? Have you ever done that?
You know what? I did dabble in writing some stuff. I have some songs that I've done. I've never played them live, but that's something too that Nick and I have been talking about, like getting together and trying to write some original stuff and maybe submit it for some things. And
put out some of your recordings of your I think that's fantastic, man. That's something you definitely have to do. And Phyllis, of course, Saha just says hello.
Hi, Phyllis.
Hi as well. So that's great, man. You got a lot of people saying hello. Stephanie, I want to thank you for your time, hon. I know you're busy doing what you do with your family. And listen, keep singing. Keep bringing that voice so everybody can hear it. Maybe we can do something together too in the new year. I would love that. And
I'm gonna hold you to that.
You got it. Yeah, I got you for sure. And I want you to have a nice holiday. Merry Christmas to you and your family. God bless you. And thank you so much for being on the show.
Merry Christmas to you too, and thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, and I'm grateful. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephanie. My good friend, ladies and gentlemen. Check out Steffi from this end up, folks, or call me Joe. It's going to be good stuff. So make sure you check her out and find her, man, because you can hear some great stuff. Stevie Nicks, Hart, Pat Benatar, etc., all your favorites. You're watching Ocean Spit, the little show about big things, folks. It's the 17th of December. Someone just said, send me a quote. I love this by Lillian from Berwyn, said, I finally got 8 hours of sleep. It took me 3 days, but whatsoever, I got it done. And so thank you for sending that, because I don't know if you guys sleep or not, but I maybe sleep 5-6 hours a day. I'm up early in the morning. I mean, I play 5 nights a week, 4 to 5 nights a week, every night for the last 29 years. Been doing this full time, folks. And we are going into our 30th anniversary coming up in May of 2022. I'm working with Nick Sahajas, putting a little band together, of course, with my band members as well, and going to go through that 30-year concert. We're going to do it at the Splains Theater with a full orchestra. So I'm excited about that. But you know what? To go out and keep performing for people, I think that's what we need to do, and that's very important. I just don't know how to stress that more. I also want to say happy anniversary to our good friends from Tony's Fresh Market. That's right, 42 years in the business. They've been in business since 1979. I want to say hello to Albert from the Arcada Theater watching here. How you doing? Arika, how you doing? Albert, of course. Robert Provenzano. The General is in the house. Marianne. Ken, how you doing, buddy? Ken Moto says hello. Hi, Ken Moto. How you doing, pal? Let's see. Oh, he's great. Tony Bisek, another great drummer with the Meteors. Make sure you go see their last show. I think is this week. All right, see what else we got here, folks. What else can we talk about? Do you guys remember the slogans you used to have like on television? Remember those one-liners or lines that you would always remember, the commercial that would go with the product that they're selling? And someone sent me a couple of good ones. I don't know if I'm 59. I'll be 59 December 28th. So some of the people that are watching right now, it goes back a few years compared to some of the younger people that might be watching. But do you remember Ancient Chinese Secret? It used to always be something about the cleaners. That was number one. How about Good Cracker? And that was always the Ritz Cracker. I used to always remember Andy Griffith when you were a kid. Thanks for sending this stuff in here. Hamburger Helper, when you need a helping hand. Remember that little glove that used to come out? Hamburger Helper. That's right, number 3. Number 4, Hefty, Wimpy, garbage bag, of course. I remember that commercial growing up as a kid. Very interesting stuff. How about it? Nobody does it better than Sara Lee. Of course, Sara Lee, the cake when you were growing up. And man, how about sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. And that was the slogan for the commercial for Almond Joy. Man, how about this old car? Money from Victory Autos. And remember, I always see the guy opening the door and the door would fall. Victory Auto Sellers used to be on every day after school, and unbelievable that stuff, man. How about Choo Choo Charlie was an engineer? How many people remember that one? One of my favorites. Oh yeah, Anthony, it's Prince Spaghetti Day. Nestle's Crunch, named the very best. I mean, there was so many when we were growing up as kids. Where's the Beef? Fred Harper. Speaking of Where's the Beef, how you doing, pal? What's going on, my good friend? I hope you are doing well, my friend. And yeah, Fred Harper, Where's the Beef? And you can't, I think that was Clara Peller, if I do remember right, with my good buddy Fred Harper. Hope you're doing well. I do. That's right. Marion, how you guys doing? Andrew, what's up, brother? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. A 10-year anniversary goes out to a great show that our son Joe loves. Impractical Jokers celebrates a 10-year anniversary. 10 years of these 4 guys from high school who are great friends and go into different situations and make comedy out of it, and to see how we can get each other to laugh. I mean, it's an incredible show. Happy 10-year anniversary from everybody from Impractical Jokers, everybody. God bless. I love this stuff that you're sending us. Also, now I got to need something I need to put out there. Frank's in Wooddale is not closing. Frank's store in Wooddale, Frank's it's called, of course, in Wooddale, Illinois, is not closing. Chiquita is cyberbullying them, and they need some help. They need some help for work, guys. So if anybody out there is looking for work, get down to Frank's in Wooddale. That is the place. So you know what? They're not closing no matter what anybody's telling you. And we back to talking about the bullying stuff, whether it's cyberbullying, texting bullying, or bullying to your face. I mean, what's the worst thing that people can do these days is start bullying people. What is the purpose of that? So to my friend Carol, that's what it's like. Frank in Wooddale is not closing. So make sure you spread that rumor out there. Not closing. All right, what else we got here, folks? Wow, according to pulpculture.com, you guys are going to love this one, folks. Burger King out of San Francisco owes $1.9 million to employees. He's stolen their wages, over 200 different employees between the years of 2016 and 2019. Burger King out of San Francisco. 6 different Burger Kings in the San Francisco area. Wow. Stolen wages for over 200 employees. They have to pay back $1.9 million. There you go, Albert. Albert says Frank's is doing fine. Screw the bully. And I love that. That should be the slogan for today. Screw the bullies. Absolutely. They are hiring. There you go. Okay. So, and they are hiring. So they're not Chiquita, some random guy. Thank you, Carol, for that. Yeah. So, wow. Interesting stuff, though, to steal money from employees, and every company you're hearing about now, whether it's good or bad, something's doing something to somebody. I mean, what's going on with this world, man? You're stealing money from employees? How much money are they making over there at Burger King? Some of these guys working part-time, working over some of these managers. Come on, man. You need to come down and crack down on that shit. Hey, how about today, man? Think about this. 65 degrees in Chicago. 10 days before Christmas, we just broke our record. 50 years ago today was the last time it was 65 degrees 10 days before Christmas. Pretty cool. Now, we know it's always nice and warm. Now, I used to remember when I was a kid growing up. I'm sure you guys all did too. It used to snow on Christmas. I mean, I'm not talking about little snow, big snow on Christmas. Now, that's all changed. You hardly see snow on Christmas. But then you see the heavy snow come January and February. I don't like this weather for Christmas, folks. I don't like it. It's not holiday thing for me. I look outside, I see sun, I see people running in shorts. It's not normal. It's not normal. Not in Illinois. You want to go do it and play, Hawaii Santa or Arizona Santa or Florida Santa with the swimsuit on, and it's just not sacrilegious to me. I'm sorry. What do you think about how scary about the school? Yeah, TikTok, Marion. That's crazy too with that TikTok stuff. I'm not on TikTok, not yet, but I can't see people that a lot of stuff that happens on that, which is crazy. You know what? We're getting a lot of different stories that are being sent in. I don't know if I want to go. Maybe we should go there. But before we get into this, let's talk about some shows coming up, folks. Next Wednesday, the 22nd of December, we're going to be at Rosario's in Roselle for a special Christmas show. That's right, Rosario's in Roselle with my buddy Ryan O'Ryan. The 29th will be my birthday party at, of course, at Bellagio in Roselle on Lake Street. The main event band. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got some special guests stopping by. Nixa Hodges, many, Ronnie B. Elvis, a lot. The list goes on and on. Some of the Rat Pack guys. It's going to be a lot of fun there on the 29th of December, celebrating my 59th at Bellagio. I'm excited. 30th, we're making our debut at Cucina, Zaza's Cucina in Park Ridge. We'll be there with Ryan O'Ryan. 31st for New Year's Eve. No plans. Get down to Avanti Banquets in Fox River Grove, Crystal Lake area. And it's going to be great. Great package with the main event band. On the 1st of January, our first show for 2022 will be at Docks in Wakanda. We haven't been at Docks in many, many years. We're going back with my buddy Jeff Dubray. I'm excited about that. And then every Thursday, Starting January, February, we're going to be a brand new hot nightclub called Are We Live in Burridge. Gigi does it again. I'm excited for every Thursday starting in January 2022. All right, folks, what do we got here? Let's see. This is time. It's one of my favorite times, and it's one of yours. It's called That's Suspicious. We only got one thing to talk about That's Suspicious today. One. And it's crazy because it's bad news, but it's just weird. Okay, now listen to this, folks. Cornell University on Washington Street in Chicago goes remote after reporting over 900 COVID cases. This is the vice president of the Cornell University saying 900 COVID cases. So the school is all going back to mandatory remote. Now, almost every employee, ladies and gentlemen, almost every student was fully vaccinated, and most of them also had the booster shots. 900 students, all fully vaccinated, half with boosters, and now the school is in remote. Cornell University. It's almost like you're right back in 2020 again. Remote, COVID, no vaccine. Oh, isn't that crazy? Lee Stevens, another great Chicagoland singer. How you doing, honey? Yeah, so that's suspicious, folks. That's real suspicious. Cornell University, 900 students. School is going back to remote, fully vaccinated, and more than half had the booster. So it's almost like saying 900 students all got the flu. They're all staying home. Case closed. That's suspicious. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you for watching today. Looks like we got some new people going. Yeah, good. 59. Very scary, and it's not going to get any better after the holiday. No, Marion, it's not. But people aren't going to stop living their lives. So you have to go out and keep living your life. Because if everybody goes back in hiding and remote again, because it ain't going to stop the Super Bowl games, the football, they're packed. The stadiums are packed. The concerts are packed. The Winter Market downtown, folks, is packed every night. The Chris Crindle Market. Have you guys been down there? It's a zoo down there. Even the zoo is packed with people. So Costco, all the stores you go into, it's like nothing. People are still out. So they're out doing their thing. What else you can do? What else can you do? All right, folks, I got some good stuff here. We talked about the top 10 or top 11 songs. Are you ready for this, folks? Top 11 songs that have something to do with buy or shop. The top 11 songs that have something to do with buy or shop. Here you go. Number 11, Can't Buy Me Love by the Beatles. I'm surprised that's number 11. I'm sure Albert is too. Number 11, Gonna Buy Me a Dog by the Monkees, a great song off their very first record, sung by Mickey Dolenz. Now this one here, number 9, I've never heard of. Shopping for Clothes. Has anybody ever heard of that song? I don't know who does it. Lost in a Supermarket by the great band, of course, The Clash. How about this? Our House, number 7, from the English rock band Madness, In the Middle of the Street. Our House, number 7. Georgie Girl by the Seekers. Miss American Pie. There you go. That's another one, Marion. Yes, Lana, I cannot hide in the house as we have to go out and listen to music. That's right, Lana. Absolutely. Stephanie, you got it, honey. I'm glad for on the show. Thank you so much. All right, that was number 6, Georgie Girls by the Seekers. Number 5, Mercedes-Benz. I don't know who sings it, but made the top number 5 according to Rolling Stone magazine. Songs about shopping or buying, Mercedes-Benz. Number 4, ladies and gentlemen, Stairway to Heaven. Stairway to Heaven from Led Zeppelin makes number 4, song about shopping and buying. That's right, Stairway to Heaven. Bus Stop, number 3, by the Hollies, on the top 10 songs about shopping or buying. Number 2, Mockingbird. Mommy's going to buy you a Mockingbird. That's right, number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And number 1, Shop Around, of course. You better shop around. And that's it. Top 10 songs, ladies and gentlemen, about buying or shopping, especially right here in the Christmas week, Christmas season, folks. You ever notice also all the commercials I've seen through the years? Has there ever been a Chinese restaurant, a commercial? I've never seen one. I've seen one with every possible commercial ever. Texas burgers, steaks, ribs, fish, right? Fast food, every type of commercial for food and restaurants and everything. Applebee's and whatever it is, all Danny's, all these commercials from all these fine restaurants or fast food restaurants. And I've never seen one about Chinese food in at least 40 years that I can remember. Am I crazy here? Can anybody tell me, Nick Sahajas? Oh, thank you, Nick, the piano man. That's what is Mercedes-Benz by Janis Joplin. Thank you, St. Nick. So has there ever been a commercial about a Chinese restaurant? I've never seen it. I don't know if something against it. Maybe they don't want it. Maybe they don't want their stuff on television. I don't know. But you can name so many different establishments, food-wise, doing their commercials. I've never seen a Chinese restaurant. Never seen a Chinese restaurant. Hi, we got some birthdays. Not a long list today, but we got some birthdays. Our good friend, of course, Jim Hafer, Teresa's husband, who's up in heaven, who passed away a few years ago. Of course, the great James Hafer, great guy, and our prayers go out to the Hafer family today. Teresa, I love you, honey, you and the kids. Pepe Lemon says, how much is that dog in the window? Oh, yeah. Now, that's a good one. Absolutely. That's a good one, Pepe. Thank you. Jim Benefanti, one of the great rock and roll drummers of our time, of course, from my favorite rock and roll band, the Raspberries. Jim Benefanti celebrates a birthday today. How about one of the great rock and roll singers of all time, Paul Rodgers, from the band, of course, Bad Company. He was also the singer in a band called Free. He was also with Jimmy Page in a band called The Firm. He was also, for a short time, the singer of the band Queen. So happy birthday, one of the great rock and roll voices, the great Paul Rodgers. Dodd Darren, Bobby Darren's son, celebrates a birthday today. And my very, very, very good friend, Franny Longo out there. Franny, a happy birthday to my dear friend, turned 60 years old today. Franny Longo. Me and Franny and Dominic, her husband, go back 25, 30 years. She used to cut my hair. And I hope she's having a great time, Franny, out there for her birthday, honey. Man, happy birthday. All right, folks. So we got some stuff to talk about here. We still got some time, so it's kind of cool. Listen to this now. My good friend, Mr. Ken Antonelli, Mr. A, I call him. He finds me some stuff and he sends me some information here about different stories and everything that's going on. And this one is actually from the AARP article, AARP. Now, this, folks, the most phone or social media scams that they're scamming people over the age of 60 years old. Most is actually from your cell phone. Now, let me tell you, folks, 500 are from emails on the computer. 1,000, they scam you from texts. 500 for emails, 1,000 for texts. Regular mail in general is over 1,000 people, but mostly it's the phone. 11,000 people are getting scammed every day with your phone for anybody over the ages of 60 years old. So anybody out there that's wondering, of all these different social media outlets, phones is where they get you the most, because you never know. Hey, how many times you get those things? Your packages, my package came in, push the button, it's here, go arrival, or your tickets, right? Crazy stuff. All right, folks, here's a question for the day for you. If you can get season tickets to any Chicago team, seasons tickets to any Chicago teams for the rest of your life, free. Throwing out the question, you guys that are listening right now. I get a chance to win season tickets to any sport team. Who would it be? Would it be the Chicago Blackhawks? Would it be the Chicago Bulls? Would it be the Chicago Bears? Would it be Chicago White Sox? Would it be the Chicago Cubs? All these other teams? Would it be pro wrestling? If you can get Marty Malarkey, assume that everything is a scam. Marty Malarkey, you're absolutely right, my friend. Marty from McCormick Place, I hope you're doing well. Johnny Quarters says hello. who came to see me on Wednesday, Jimmy Boyles. Very cool, Johnny Boyles. Keith says the Blackhawks. All right, so you can get season tickets for free for life. Who's answering that question? Someone said Blackhawks. Okay. All right. So if you can get free season tickets for life, you would pick the Chicago Blackhawks. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff, folks. All right, now don't forget tonight, Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg. Tomorrow will be a Taverna on Division with Tony Toto and Ryan O'Ryan. And Sunday, Frank Sinatra Sunday at the Arcada Theater in St. Charles, everybody. All right, now I got some real good stuff to talk about here, folks. Are you ready? I'm going to show you share with you. This is good. This is good if you're listening, folks. Now, this is according to ctech.com. ctech.com. This was sent in to my good buddy, Richard Hamlin. Thank you, Rich, for sending this in. Unbelievable human body facts that were never taught to you when you were in biology. Are you ready for this list? I want you to listen to this. You're going to shake your head on some of this stuff, but unbelievable human facts that weren't taught in biology. Number one, astronauts become taller in space. So if you're happy to be a member of the astronaut team that goes to space, for some odd reason, you get taller. Number two, the human body carries 4 pounds of bacteria. The human body carries 4 pounds of bacteria. Number three, the mouth, listen to this, folks. The mouth produces enough saliva to fill 2 bathtubs a year. Wow. The mouth produces enough saliva to fill 2 bathrooms a year. Number four, if Barbie, the Barbie doll, was a real person, she would not be able to lift her head. So the way they have her would not be able to lift your head if Barbie was a real person. Folks, believe it or not, it is possible to die of a broken heart. It is possible to die of a broken heart. Some people have 2 different color eyes. I've never met anybody like that, but I'm sure that's out there. People out there that some people do have 2 different color eyes. How about this one, folks? You can survive longer without food than you can without sleep. I never thought about that. I thought, man, you're going to starve to death, right? No, according to this here, folks, according to the biology stuff that they never taught you in school, you can survive longer with food than without sleep. How about this? Speaking of this, in case of extreme starvation, folks, the brain will eat itself. That's really what you want to hear when you're listening to a show during lunchtime. In case of extreme starvation, the brain will eat itself. Crazy. How about this, folks? The higher your IQ, the more interesting your dreams are. Wow. Good stuff. Most babies are born with blue eyes and change over time. So most babies that are born have blue eyes, but change over time. Interesting stuff we're hearing here, Baba. How about this, folks? The average American eats 2,000 pounds of food a year. The average American eats 200 pounds of food. 2,000 pounds of food per year. The average American eats nearly 2,000 pounds of food a year. Wow. How about this one, folks? At the age of 60, half your taste buds will be gone. Half your taste buds would be gone by the age of 60 years old. So I got 1 more year, and some of my taste is gone already. How about a woman's heart is bigger when she's pregnant? Makes sense? How about this? Like fingerprints, every person has a unique tongue print. Like, say every fingerprint is different, every tongue print is different, every snowflake is different. Interesting. These are all facts, folks, of stuff that's in biology that you were not taught when you were in school. Nails on your dominant hand grow faster than your other hand. So if you're a righty, your nails grow longer on your right hand than your left hand, and vice versa. Okay, when in danger, your body is stronger than normal. Another good stuff to know. This is all biology stuff that's true, fact, and proven, but they don't want you to know, or they never taught this to you in school. The average person loses 100 hairs a day. The average person loses 100 hairs a day. How about this, folks? Human skin weighs 10 pounds. So those first 10 pounds on your body is just skin. Human skin weighs 10 pounds. Blind people have a heightened sense of hearing, smell, and touch. Now that I didn't know. If unfortunately you're blind and grew up with this problem, folks, you'll be able to hear better, smell better, and hearing. So sense and smell, people that are blind. So that I did know. At the age of 30, humans begin to shrink. Wow. At the age of 30, humans begin to shrink. The strongest muscle in your body, ladies and gentlemen, is your tongue. Your tongue is your strongest muscle. Never thought it. I never thought that is the truth. Your tongue. How about this? Your brain, 80% of your brain is 80% water. So mine's got to be 80% water. The other 20 has got to be Jack Daniels. The brain is 80% water. The average person speaks 5,000 words a day. The average person speaks 5,000 words a day. I love this stuff. The longest pregnancy ever lasted 1 year and 10 days. Do you imagine that poor woman or that poor husband waiting? The longest pregnancy lasted 1 year and 10 days. Wow. 12% of people dream in black and white. I think I've never dreamt in black and white. Have you? 12%. 12. Ouch is right, Carol. Ouch is right. Yeah. 12% of people dream in black and white. It is impossible to tickle yourself. It's impossible to tickle yourself. This is all stuff, true facts, biology never taught you in school. What is the problem with what is the problem when one has water on its brain and when it leaks? I don't know there, Albert. That's a good one. I like that. How about this, folks? Women's brains shrink during pregnancy. Women's brains shrink during pregnancy. How about that? I did not know that. How about this, folks? Fingernails and hair are made from the same protein. Your fingernails and your hair are made from the same protein. This is something that when you hear about it, it makes you wonder when you see people as they get older. Humans' ears and nose never stop growing. So you notice that when you watch your dad when he was younger, that when you're older, the ear is like humongous. So wow. So who knows, right? Your ear and your nose never stops growing. Never. That's weird, but true. Here's another one, folks. Humans blink 20 times a minute. Humans blink 20 times a minute. If you're just joining us here on Ocean's Pit, we're giving you a whole bunch of things that they never taught you in your biology class, or maybe stuff that you've never known about. These are pretty interesting stuff, folks. But we got to stop for a quick sponsor, of course. Portillo's fundraisers. I mean, they're great. If you're looking for a non-profit organization, you have one, fundraisers for your company or your baseball team or your Cub Scouts, whatever, you got to call our son Joe at 224-636-3646 or go to jfank@portillos.com. Anything they sell over $200, you get 20% of the proceeds. Anything that they sell over $200 at that fundraiser, you get 20% of the proceeds. And folks, right now, if anybody's looking for work, please, Portillo's is hiring at all the locations, ladies and gentlemen. Portillo's is hiring. Anybody out there looking for work, go to Portillo's. Ocean Spit, the little show about big things, folks. We got about another minute of stuff here. And after a couple more seconds, I'm going to read off a couple more of these before we go. Right-handed people, now listen to this, folks. Right-handed people live longer than left-handed people. Right-handed people live 9 years longer than left-handed people. And last but not least, folks, redheads have lower pain tolerance. Redheads. Ever notice those redheads always look like they're mean? Well, there you go. Just some stuff here, folks, that we're mentioning here that was never taught to you in a biology class, and maybe stuff that you never heard about. Very, very interesting. All right, folks, I want to thank our friend, of course, Stephanie Lemon, Brian Gert for being on, folks, from the band This Ends Up and Call Me Joe. I want to thank you guys all for going out, supporting, having fun. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Let's not forget our friends from Patriot Funding Incorporated, Dave Antonelli from Roselle, Illinois. Commercial money lending at its finest. We all need money. Get that money and get it now. Patriot Funding Incorporated, 630-675-4730. You call our friend Dave Antonelli. Tell him Tony O sent you. Remember, folks, also every show is brought to you by Eco Solar Solutions, where you always save more energy. And when you save more energy, you save more money. Now, don't forget, check the website at TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call to book a show at 847-769-8609. Tonight, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Saturday, Taverna on Division in Melrose Park. Sunday, Club Arcada. Happy Sinatra. It's Sinatra Sunday. Me and the Professor Daryl Armenstad. Show starts at 4 o'clock. So a lot more shows coming up this week. I want to thank you all for watching, everybody, and thank you so much. Go out and support local establishments. Go out and live your life. Go see live music. Do what you got to do. Do what's right for you. Don't make them do something you don't want to do. It's up to you. It's still a free country. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We'll be back on Monday, folks. Have an incredible weekend. Go out and enjoy. Next time, it's going to be Monday, another week. Thank you, Peppy, so much. I appreciate it very much. Love the lemon cake. Can't make it on the bed rest sad. You make me happy. There you go. All right, Marianne, feel better. Anyway, just got what you do, man. The show is every day, Monday through Friday. Ocean Spit, the little show about big things. And the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. And if you have any beefs out there, try to end these beefs, man. We don't need people fighting during the holiday season. It's not worth it. Do what you got to do to make it right. And anybody out there that's thinking suicide or everybody's going through some bad depressions right now, man, listen, I'd rather have a call from you. I would talk to you. Sometimes people, that's all they need. A little, how you doing? Hope everything. How's your day? That's what they need. Reach out to people you love and tell them you love them. Thank you so much. God bless you, folks. Nick Sahajas, the piano man. Take us out.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
That's right, folks. Have a great one.